Hey guys, welcome back to Metaphysical Medicine. So today's video is going to be a deep dive into my thoughts, my mind, and just some random things that come to me at times. So specifically today, and before I tell you what the topic is today, I just want to say I don't claim to be any specific believer of either of these things, but today's topic is going to be flat earth versus globe. And like I said, I don't really go either way. I'm not a flat earther, I'm not a glober. I believe that earth is what it is, and I feel like we don't know everything as humans. We just don't know everything. I am just seeking the truth. I just want to know what is. It is what it is, but what is it? So I have I don't know if I would call it a theory, but I just have some thoughts on it that I had a while ago. This was months ago, and I was just sitting around thinking about this, and I wrote these things down on my phone. So I'm just going to kind of read to you what I have and just kind of talk as I read off these notes. So what if this planet, this physical realm, actually is flat, but the firmament causes it to appear spherical? And I'm going to insert a picture. I ran across a picture just browsing on the internet one day, and it made me think about it. And I'm going to just show it to you. I'm going to insert it so you can see what I'm talking about. And ever since I've seen this picture, I couldn't really think about it any other way. So I'm going to keep reading. The physical realm is a projection or shadow of the spiritual realm. Physical realm being the 3D, the spiritual realm being the 4 and 5D. Those who believe that the earth is flat may be seen from a two-dimensional perspective, a spiritual perspective. Those who believe the earth is a sphere are seen from a third-dimensional perspective, a physical perspective. The earth could be both flat and round, like a horn. The firmament that protects and contains this realm can cause the two-dimensional reality to project and expand according to perspective so that the spirit and the soul can experience the spectrum and existence. So basically what I'm saying here, what was kind of going through my mind was, so you have a flat, round land, basically. And the firmament, what the firmament is supposed to be is kind of like a dome. And let's just say you have like a penny sitting on the table and you put a drop of water on it. You make the drop of water, or however many drops of water, you make it as round as the penny, and of course the water has, its own kind of like skin, its own boundary that's going to keep the round shape. And so you look at this penny with a drop of water on it, and it's gonna look brown. Like the whole drop of water is gonna look brown. It's gonna look brown and round because of and I don't really know all the physics and the correct terminology here, but you look at a drop of water with something under it, it warps what you're seeing underwater. What you see underwater is not the same way that it looks when you just see that thing by itself. Okay? So I'm going to continue reading. Earth is a coin or a flat mirror. It reflects the energies with this disc-like entity. What's on one side will be the opposite of what's on the other side. Neither is top or bottom, left or right by default. So this is kind of what I was thinking about when thinking about, it may not be just a half dome, because, of course we think, or the most popular belief is that the earth is a globe, so just a whole round sphere. So if you got the flat earth, that's just one part of it. Then you got the firmament, which is the dome of water, basically. And so there's a reflection, there's a opposite, there's a complement to everything. And so if there's a dome on the top, then there's a dome on the bottom, and that's what creates the globe. Alright, so I'll keep reading. What's on one side will be the opposite of what's on the other side. Neither is top or bottom, left or right by default. Simply the extremes of a certain principality or the reflection of what's across from it. Sometimes the projection will cast its reflection onto a reality across from it, making it appear that it's actually in another location, causing, I put confusion, but I'd rather say skewed perspective and an inaccurate version of reality. So, once again, these are just kind of thoughts that I've had, and just visions that kind of come to me when I'm thinking about these things. And like I said, I don't really consider myself to be any particular group of belief. I'm not a flat earther, I'm not a glober. I just really think that this earth is a whole lot different in its reality than we think it is. And I just seek the truth. I have a very dreamy imagination, so there are lots of what I would say weird and not very popular opinions and thoughts that come to my mind that I'm pretty sure not many other people are having. And if you do see where I'm coming from, you do have a similar kind of like perspective, let me know. I mean, I don't think I'm crazy or anything. I just think I have different thoughts. I think I have many different perspectives that I can understand and see. And I really think it really is just perspective. Everything in life is perspective. You know, we all see the things that are, they just are. You know, it is what it is. But us being humans, us being souls, us being consciousness, we have a perspective, many perspectives about everything in life. And I think that what Earth is just another one of those things where we kind of have our own perspective on what it is. And the way I kind of think about it, the Earth right now, is it looks different and different from different perspectives and different dimensions. So you have the first dimension, which is just source. There's nothing really, physical there. And I feel like that would be, excuse the dog, I feel like that would be just like a single point. Like the Earth itself is just kind of like a dot on a plane of existence of the universe. And actually, when you look at a picture of like space or a nebula or something like that, what they point out as a planet is just a dot. You don't see anything on it. Of course, we know there's something on it because we're on it, but it's just a dot. And then you get to the 2D, which is where I kind of think the flat Earth perspective may come from. So you get the dot in the first one, and the second one you kind of get like a flat plane. So if you're looking at Earth a little bit more like zoomed in, you don't see a globe, you don't see a sphere, because it's not in the third dimension. You're not looking in the third dimension yet. It's just a flat circle, and it may have images on it, or the land on it in a way where it looks like, okay, it looks like it wraps around. You know, like kind of like the penny with the water on it. It gives an appearance as if there's something on the other side, and it's a circular perspective. And then you got the 3D, which is where we are, physical reality. And so from this perspective, it seems like a globe. It seems like a sphere, because, you know, I've heard people say, well, you know, you can't see everything all around you. You can't see everything that's, you know, all the way over there on the other side of a flat plane. So it's got to be round because you can't see what's over the horizon. And I've also heard, you know, people say, well, we can only see but so far in front of us anyway. So our eyesight as human beings are already skewed anyway. And it's weird that our eyeballs are spheres. And some people might say, well, hey, there's your evidence. But I don't know. I just don't believe any one thing. So what would it be in the 4D? What would it be in the 5D? To be honest with you, I don't know. I really like sci-fi movies, and I've seen a lot of scenes where, you know, it's the multiverse, and so there's one Earth here, and then there's one Earth there, and then it's just like a grid of Earths. Maybe that's the 4D. So what would the 5D be? I don't know. These are just, once again, kind of a deep dive into my thoughts and what I feel like could be, you know, a bigger and more complex truth than any of us would think to believe. I'm not putting this out here as truth. I'm putting this out here as just wondering about, you know, what the truth really is. Like I said, I'm a truth seeker. I seek the truth. I just want to know the truth. And not just about this, of course, you know, other things in life too. But this is one of those things where people have argued about, where people are still kind of divided about. And I feel like, does any of them have to be wrong? Do the flat earthers have to be wrong? Do the globers have to be wrong? Maybe we're just seeing this from a different perspective. You know, how they put people in a room and, you know, you got a big piece of paper, and this person over here, they seeing this side of it, so it's blue. And then the other person on the other side, they're seeing that the piece of paper is red. And so they're both not wrong, they're both right, but they're seeing what they're seeing, and this person over here and that person over here, they're not seeing what the other person is seeing. That's kind of how I think about this whole thing. I don't think that anybody is wrong. I think that maybe, not really, I wouldn't say we came into this earth, you know, on different sides or anything like that, but just like we came into this earth and we've gone through life and picked up beliefs and morals and thoughts, and that kind of helps to build what our perspective is on certain things. Like just like when it comes to, you know, other things that people are kind of divided about, you know, racism, female versus male, all of these things that are opposite, and that we come into this lifetime learning what we learn as our soul, as our spirit, our consciousness, and we come out the other side seeing it a very specific way, and it's not the way that other people see it. The way that other people see it might be completely opposite than what you're seeing it, or just a little bit, you know, to the left of what you're seeing, or just a little bit less than what you're seeing. We all see things from different perspectives, and I think that we all could benefit from opening our mind a little bit more, especially now that we've known for a long time that, you know, this physical earth is not all there is. So if the spiritual realm is not something we can experience with our physical senses, like we experience this physical earth with our physical senses, then I feel like that has a lot to say about not just, you know, whether the earth is flat or a globe. I think that has a lot to say about how we see reality, because the spiritual realm is a part of our reality, but you have to know that there's the spiritual realm and the physical realm, and know the differences and the similarities between the two. You have to know how the spiritual realm contributes to the physical realm, and that what we may see, you know, those who see visions, those who have dreams, might be something that is not physically possible on this physical earth, but we know that there's a different perspective, there's a different way that things work when it comes to the different realms. And I mean, this was supposed to be just kind of me sharing my thoughts about, you know, how the earth itself is viewed, but I really think this turned into a message about how we need to see things from many different perspectives, how we need to expand our perspective on everything. We need to be able to see things from other people's perspectives and not just our own. We have to be able to not be so stuck in, you know, the beliefs and the morals that we were given or that were forced upon us when we were kids, when we were teenagers. There's infinite possibilities of existence, so no one perspective can be right. I just don't believe that. So I hope y'all don't come for me. This wasn't a flat earth versus globe thing for me, at least not towards the end. This is just a thought, an overall thought. I believe that we need to open our eyes, our spiritual eyes, to more than what we have experienced. And I believe if we open our eyes to more than what we have experienced, we can experience a lot more, you know, in the future. We can experience things in a different way, in a different perspective. And I honestly believe that that's a step towards us being a better humanity. Because everybody's living their life right now based on, well, I'm not going to say everybody's living their life right now, but a lot of people are living their lives or tend to live their lives based on the one or two or three very specific perspectives that they already have on life. And I believe that that is a very limiting way of living life. So I hope this gave y'all some inspiration, a new perspective, maybe a few new perspectives. And I hope this encourages y'all to open your minds, open your spiritual eyes, and just see all the possibilities that are out there. And if you have any comments, just let me know in the comments. Possibilities are endless. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Be well.